Why is nobody buying fiber in Germany? That's one of the bigger questions that we've heard when talking to people and listening to the conference talks at last week's ANGA COM in Germany. And it seems to be a complex problem, but ultimately it's all down to the value perception. Customers don't see the benefits of upgrading to fiber. Although objectively it's faster and more reliable and future-proof, and you might be able to run applications on it that you wouldn't otherwise. But in people's minds, their internet works fine. People may be connected with old DSL technology, and that is going to be shut off at some point in the future. And by that point, ISPs should have made a good case as to why you need to switch, and possibly also pay more money for it. See, historically, Germany and also Austria is a country that is very cheap in terms of communication technologies. Compare that to the United States, where people are used to spending much more for basic internet access. And so for internet providers, it's a really challenging case to actually invest in fiber. On top of that, there's the problem that there are high margin services operating on top of these fiber networks. And so there seems to be an imbalance of revenue, which the internet providers expressed, at least when talking with them. But what it comes down to is creating a good Wi-Fi network first. What we've noticed is that many of the problems that people complain about are actually just due to bad or old equipment, bad router placement, and the inability for users to solve these problems on their own. We've seen examples of applications that normal people can use, and these apps will tell them where to place their router, which equipment to buy, and how to solve basic issues at home. But then the next step is actually ISPs recognizing that speed is not everything that matters. And it's not about the numbers of digits on your speed plan, but it's about the upstream connectivity. So we'll see how that will play out next year. The hope is that the take-up rate will be higher, but ultimately, it won't work if there's no quantifiable data in terms of how much better this can actually get. And in order to improve that value perception, we believe there needs to be more public data showing people if the ISPs invested in better upstream connectivity and made the life of their users easier by providing integrated hardware with better self-diagnosing features.